What's up? I'm here with another message. Um, I got a few channel songs. How's everyone? Um, the songs I channeled today was Lil Wayne and Snoop, and also Young Dolph and Snoop. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. The two songs is Dope Ninjas. I can't say the word. And then Young Dolph, I Think I Can Fly. So what I'm getting is this resource, man or woman, is meant to be a big blessing in people's life. This is a person who is an editor in chief at a magazine, right? And then this person's empathy and compassion shows people that they care what they have to say. You know, this is somebody who's built their magazine from the ground up. And then I got a conflicting energy. Some of the cards, I was doing this reading by myself, so I got some cards laid out already. I'm going to set this phone down at some point, but I got to show you what the cards say. I'm going to explain it in a second, but it starts over here. It starts with negative energy. This person who is the editor-in-chief of a big magazine, or a big magazine in the making, you know, he's getting publicly acclaimed. So this may be a young man, maybe like 28, 27-ish, even a young woman. The young woman is between 24 and 27. So, but they're not working together. But I get the vision of these people who backpacked through Europe and settled in Italy. That's the vibe I get. So, okay, so I'm gonna read you my the cards that describes them, you know, that some of the conflicts that they've been dealing with in regards to the people that they're doing business with, that hasn't been going the most smooth, and they're questioning, you know, how much longer, you know, when will the help of the divine come, because it's getting rough and they're due to travel. So let's single out this guy, for example. You know, he's got the control of senses, but in reverse. You know, that's about retreating and drawing back into yourself, letting go of crutches you used that, you know, in the past used to make you feel good. So this guy has kind of an addictive personality. You know, he likes his chocolate and coffee, his chocolate biscottis and coffee in the morning, noon, and night. He likes his social media platform. He has favorite TV shows. His TV shows is his friends, I heard. You know, because he works so much. So his TV shows are his companions. You know, it's about, this is like encouraging him to withdraw. You know, divine is trying to whisper to him to withdraw himself, into which nourishes his senses, you know, through releasing attachment to sensorial distractions. You move closer to self-realization and eventually establish your inner peace, because this guy says he's a little high-strung, is what I heard. And then you got this energy over here. Oh, I heard something. Okay. So the conflicting energy is the friends and colleagues. Well, they're not really his friends; they're his associates, and he's been kind of distancing himself because he's awakening to his spiritual journey. You know, so it's the people he's surrounded himself with, and he's learning to let them go. You see the snakes on there? Let them go. And then this side is about loyalty. Sita talks about devotion, and it's about giving your all to a project or a person, but you've been questioned, criticized, and not treated with the respect you deserve. Though you truly want to please everybody, you know, it's time to walk away and choose yourself. So this person is like interning or working at a big magazine that's already established in this scenario. And in this scenario, this person is time to, like, this person's super creative too, but it's draining this person's energy to be there. They're not happy, but they're loyal, you know, even though they're not getting the respect they deserve, and they want to make their boss happy. But it is time to walk away. They're being advised to walk away and choose themselves. You know, this person, you know, the boss the energy is like tyranny in a sense. You know, it's kind of a little bit narcissistic too. And and it's not like your devotion and loyalty is going to change this boss. Only thing you can change is you. You know, so step away to preserve yourself, because like every day is like slowly chipping away at this person by being there, by showing up every day. But the passion of what this young girl does keeps her coming back, but it's give and take, and it's starting not to be worth it. It's becoming really like counterproductive. So she's been advised to choose the love and the healing vibration, you know, to really operate in that higher frequency. So the more she showed her loyalty to her boss, he still questioned and tested her, like she was giving away secrets to what makes his business booming. Okay, so what I'm getting is the one that's up and coming would be the natural competitor, would be the rival to the already established one. So the moral for her is, when kindness isn't honored, it disappears. And kindness, I already said, is a gift. So that's the message for her, is there's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens in divine order. And she's being guided to grow and learn. I think she gets let go. So she's going to seize this as an opportunity to embark on a new journey. See? And it's going to work out for her. Because this company is like, everybody wants a position. 1 million people would kill to have this position, and this is her making a decision, you know, questioning herself. And you see the illustration, looks like Mediterranean Sea or something, looks like overseas somewhere in Europe or Italy. So she's home, she's contemplating her decisions, and meanwhile the guy is also contemplating his decision, because he has to separate from the people he's been doing business with. It's not working out for him. So now here are where these cards come into play, right? And it's going to be a victory for them when they join forces. So they just so happen to be in a public place together, like a marketplace, like whereas a restaurant or a bistro, and they notice each other. They sit in like tables, or like sitting like right next to each other. Like, so if this is the table he's sitting at, this is the table she's sitting at. And he noticed she's on the computer. No, she's writing, and he's on the computer. And of course they speak the language, but they also speak English too. They speak Spanish, they speak Italian, they speak French, and they speak English. So they're fluent. They're highly educated. Both of their backgrounds are like real valedictorian, so they have a lot in common. They have a lot to talk about. They can carry on a very intellectual conversation. She gets up to walk past, and she drops a nap. She drops something. He picks it up, hands it to her. Boom. Long story short, that's how the conversation starts. With Page of Wands. So there's two scenarios with these two cards. You know, one is already the established emperor, but I read this in two ways. One is in reverse and one is in the upright. Obviously, the man sitting at the restaurant with her is the one in the upright, and the one in reverse is the one that has the established business already. You know, this represents the intern, the person who's seeking employment and seeking the opportunity to grow and help being an asset to his empire. Or her. I don't know why it's a he. In the vision I got a he, even though it's a her on here. But she visions herself as this one day. But like most people, they start off as an intern to learn the ropes and the inside qualities and what it takes, the ins and outs of what she's trying to accomplish. And she's very passionate, of course. You know, she's a page. She's at a page, so she's at the beginning. So they're talking about things. And then you have the man in training. I mean, the man that's building his business up. You know, he has a lot on his plate. You know, he clearly juggles, you know, a lot of the responsibilities of the business, because, you know, he does well for himself, clearly, but a lot of it, and he travels back and forth. I see California, I see New York. He travels back and forth because he has, I think, another business endeavor. He does marketing as well. Like, he has a marketing company, so he travels back and forth to, to give his input, to show up in the meetings and stuff. And he has an assistant too. So he speaks with this young lady. They're at the restaurant. She's young, 24 to 27, and he's a young boss too. He's like 28. So they get to talking, they make friends. Okay, he connects her with his assistant, and they arrange a meeting for them to talk more business moving forward. The Nine of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about opportunities. That wheel, that karmic wheel. He doesn't, this already established business doesn't know that she's contemplating moving. She feel like she should, but she's so devout that it has to make sense for her, to leave. But she's loyal, so she's finding every reason not to leave. And it's like kind of making her, I guess, feel a little like defensive, because she knows she's getting angry with herself. So she's holding, because she's been through a lot, with this company, with the way this boss is set up, the way his mind is set up. It's enough to make you rigid. So she realized, at this point, she's coming to work with that kind of defensive energy. And then the Wheel of Fortune, as the wheel is starting to turn. So she happened to be at the right place at the right time. It's been a while. She's been investing her time there. I think it's 7 months for her. And she has to do a year, but it's getting bad. No, I'm wrong. It's not 7 months. It's been 7 years. So she's kind of overstayed her time there, and the time she should have spent there was maybe 2 years, 1 to 2 years tops, and then you kind of create a new opportunity with all the skills and tools that you learned already. Justice. It's a contract. That's what it is. That's what the Justice card is talking about. Legal contracts and binding. She feels trapped in a contract. She's been waiting and waiting. She's been promised things in her contract, but she's kind of like pushed to the wayside. She's focusing on these 5, I would say, I don't want to say burdens, but I don't have a better word for it yet. It'll come to me. But what these 5 pentacles represent is a lot of stress, and despair, but these are the 2 big opportunities. Like,